Well, welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog in HD with me, Daniel Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, the legendary NJ.
What's up?
What's up, NJ? What's up to you guys out there? NJ, do you want to explain to the people what we're going to be talking about in this video?
Well, it's been reported in a few places that WWE are thinking of releasing a certain amount of wrestlers.
Yeah, mainly mid-carders, isn't it, really?
Majority of them are.
Yeah. But before we get onto this video, make sure you guys subscribe up above if you want to see more videos from us. Like the video if you like what we're talking about, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below, of course, as me and NJ sync our fingers up. Also, don't forget to add us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page where you can chat to us about wrestling, where we upload our videos, so make sure to add us there. It'll be in the description box below. Make sure to also add us on Skype. We love to talk to you guys about wrestling. My Skype is daniel.parkin01 and NJ's is NJ1988. Also, don't forget to add us on Twitter. NJ is always on Twitter, tweeting stuff. NJ's Twitter is NJ17. My Twitter is Daniel_Parkin. And is there anything else we need to remind the people about, NJ?
That's it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay then, so let's go on to the video then. Right, so what? So basically, we've seen these reports, and it's come to that time of year where WWE are going to be releasing 14 to 16 wrestlers, as we've seen.
Yeah.
So basically, what we've got here is a list of people from the WWE.com website, people that we feel could be released, and we're just going to go through them and say why we feel they could be fired or why they think they should stay.
That's it.
Okay, so where better to start than with the Master Lock himself, Chris Master, or the Masterpiece, Chris Masters.
Well, for a while now, his gimmick started okay when he had that Master Lock and people had to try and break out of it. And then as it went on, I just got more and more not thinking, just not good.
No. Again, for me, this is a guy WWE could use, but at the same time, they've got a guy there they could use. But if they're not going to use him, if they've got no plans for him, they may as well just get rid of him. It's not. I mean, I don't think he can job to people. He's not that kind of guy.
No, he's not.
So if they're not going to use him, get rid of him, in my opinion.
That's it.
Next person we've got on the list is Kurt Hawkins. Now, would you agree with me? Well, exactly. Who the fuck is he? Would you agree that since they broke him up from that Edge tag team thing they had with Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, that they've just pretty much gone downhill with that guy?
Again, that brings us to what we're talking about. Like, him in a tag team was good. It worked. They made a good tag team, and then when he got out of that, yeah, he did just basically just disappear and didn't do much in the WWE.
And it's exactly the same as Zack Ryder. I mean, you've got this guy here who's bloody entertaining. You know, we've seen his YouTube videos, but again, if WWE just don't have any plans for him, they may as well just get rid of him. Unless they're going to use him, get rid of him.
Because, well, with Zack, if WWE are becoming more about entertainment, maybe having him stick around might be an idea for WWE. But wrestling-wise, I don't think the WWE will use him as much.
But this right here is a kind of reoccurring theme. I mean, through the next set of guys we're going to be talking about, this is a kind of a reoccurring theme, breaking up the tag teams, and that is just ruining some wrestlers. I mean, we've seen, for example, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, just useless now. Another tag team which they broke up was the Hart Foundation. And David Hart Smith, again, he's not being used anymore. What's the point of fucking having him if he's not being used?
With the Hart Foundation, they were a good team that actually, again, worked. They were there. They were a tag team that I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to see. But when Tyson Kidd broke them up, I thought, you know, this is going to turn out bad just with how Tyson is.
I mean, it's not like they were. I mean, they were a good tag team, but it's not like their breakup was anything big. So what was the point in actually doing it? And it's just, and in the process, you ruined a perfectly good tag team into two guys that could be released from WWE.
That's true.
Okay, and what about, oh god, the next guys we've got on the list, Nexus members. David Otunga, first of all.
Okay, I've said this before, but in NXT, I had him to win, just basically because how he was in NXT. I just thought there was someone there. When he came to WWE, he weren't living up to what I saw in an NXT. Yeah. So with him being released, to be honest, I don't really care now.
Well, I mean, the thing is, again, this is the kind of guy you could use. I mean, that WWE failed to use him because they haven't really made him wrestle or really made him win anything. So, you know, they failed to do anything with him. It looks like they're not going to do much with him. They've got him back in OCW now. You know, unless they're going to do something big with him, they might as well just release him. Along with some people like Husky Harris and Michael McGillicuddy.
Husky Harris is the worst of the two, I think. He's just there, you know. He's just there in the team.
Yeah, but they couldn't. I mean, let's not forget even that him and Michael McGillicuddy could possibly make a tag team.
They
We've seen them
were
be a
for
good tag team.
yeah, when they were doing tag team together, I thought a dominant team, WWE could keep moving forward with this, but sadly not.
Yeah. And it's a recurring theme once again. If you're not going to use them, you may as well get rid of them, unless they're going to be used as jobbers. And I don't see them two being jobbers.
No.
The next guy on our list is Michael Tarver, the guy who's been constantly appearing backstage on Raw. Why?
I think he's appeared on Raw and I think SmackDown sometime.
Yeah.
He was basically just there to say, right, I'm going to let WWE know I'm going to leave them by calling it my next job. I think that's what he did, just to show us that he's on the boat to leave.
Oh, yeah, Michael Tarver, another guy at WWE, and if they're never going to use him, may as well just get rid of him.
That's it.
What about Skip Sheffield now? Skip Sheffield is the kind of guy I think WWE could use. Again, he's one of those big guys like Chris Masters. They could do something with him, but again, if they're not going to, they might as well just get rid of him.
With my thoughts on Skip, I think he'll come back, have his few matches, which he needs because he's been out for a while, and then I think he'll be one of the ones that WWE look at and think, nah, we can't go anywhere with him. Let's make him a later release.
And also, if he's not recovering from his injury as well as they expected him to, and he's not going to wrestle for a long time, and they can't get him involved in storylines, then that's just wasting
money in that. Yeah,
exactly. So they might as well get rid of him. Another tag team, which is a legit tag team, the only trouble is they're not getting used, is the Usos. They might as well just get rid of them. They've done nothing. What's the point in having them on the roster?
To be honest with them, I just look at them and I've never been excited with them. When they first came, I just thought, okay, let's see what they can do, but I just didn't like them around.
No, I mean, the main problem is WWE haven't really done anything with them. I mean, they're the twin sons of Rikishi, and they can't get on Raw or anything as a tag team.
No, so release.
They're getting rid of Superstars soon, so they might as well release their ASM as well. What?
Wrestlers.
No, they're getting rid of Superstars, the program, I meant.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, remember, Superstars equals wrestlers.
That's good.
Right, the next guy on the list is JTG. Now, JTG, in my opinion, could be a good jobber, but has never been the same since they broke up Crime Time, which again is another example of this breaking up a tag team being stupid.
One of my favourite tag teams broke up, and yes, their rivalry afterwards started okay, and then when it finished, I just thought, okay, now what do you do with them?
Exactly.
And nothing happened.
But like I said before, he would be a good jobber to have on SmackDown. He has been used as a jobber, and I think he is a good jobber.
With him as a jobber, in my opinion, yeah, he's had jobbing matches, but to be honest, I don't think he's got the jobbing kind of thing. You need to have a bit more stronger than him.
But once again, we get back to this thing that WWE need to keep some of these people as jobbers, because they do need jobbers. Let's not forget. And if they release everyone on this list, which they could do, but they need to keep some of them for jobbers. That's the main thing they're going to have to worry about here.
Yeah.
The next guy on the list is a guy which I didn't really want to put on the list, but we feel could still get released, is Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, I think he got the title. You said, there you go, you've had a title, good. And I think now they're just looking at him thinking, where next? And just things are just not adding up to the kind of person he is, which is a bit of a shame.
To be honest, in 2009, it did look like they were going to go all the way with him, but then they had Randy Orton bury the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
so,
I think they just hard to build him back out of that now.
And I think, again, it's another guy who you could use. I mean, he has the Jamaican gimmick, he has some really good wrestling moves, he's really entertaining, but, again, if WWE aren't going to use him right, then what's the point?
I don't think they will.
Yeah. Another guy who we think could definitely be released, is a definite for us, isn't it? Is Primo.
Again, that goes back to tag team.
Yeah.
He was okay with Carlito, but Carlito was the best one out of the two, and I think Primo is just now hovering about doing nothing. So yeah.
I think when they broke up Carlito and Primo, I think Carlito actually went on and did good.
He did.
He won the Intercontinental title, but Primo was just one of those guys who was on Superstars doing nothing, and he's not doing anything at the moment. They're not using him in any shape or form. When was the last time you saw him on Raw or SmackDown?
True.
Exactly. So they might as well just get rid of him. The next guy on our list is the main event of Superstars, Tyler X.
With here, I'm like, at first I said who, and I'm just thinking, he just doesn't give me a good feeling when I watch him wrestle. I
mean, he has a tough guy gimmick, but if they're not going to use this tough guy gimmick to make him look strong, then what's the fucking point? Once again, this is a reoccurring theme we come through this whole video. Use him and see what he's like, and if he's no good, then release him.
True, but I think the WWE want to use him now.
No, neither do I. I think they'd sooner release Tyler X.
That's it.
Another guy on the list is Great Khali. Now, I know you have opinions on Great Khali, NJ.
Yeah, I do, very much. he started in black trousers, good. That shows his dominance and strength.
Yeah.
Then he went to pink, and I think that was basically WWE and Kylie saying, "Here's me a base, and I'm just not working."
If WWE are going to use him as a face, as a dancing face, then then they might as well just release him. But if they're going to use his actual gimmick and his actual size, then they could do good things with him. It's just that they haven't done anything.
But this brings up to what we said earlier and probably later. Some of these wrestlers are now just about entertainment, and sadly, Kylie's not entertaining.
Yeah. Well, he's not entertaining, but they should be using him for the wrestling, even though he's slow as hell and not a very good wrestler. Yeah. The next guy on this is Trent Beretta, another guy who's broken from a tag team and has just been a jobber since.
I think, to be honest, he is a jobber that could be being used. He's one that looks like he could be used in little matches.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he could possibly be released, but he could be used as a jobber. That's his main use.
In my opinion, they should keep him. Yeah. But in WWE's, it could be a release.
Okay, what about Vladimir Kozlov, the Russian, the one and only Russian guy in WWE at the moment?
Well, I'm going to say this is a shame because the tag team so far, they've worked well together. Yeah. They've been comedy together, which you don't really see Vladimir as a comedy person. And then I think Santino is going to be getting the pushes that he needs now. And Kozlov, as we've seen in matches recently, he just doesn't get what he needs. And
it brings us back to, what would you rather do? Would you rather keep on with a tag team which is in a division which is non-existent anymore, or would you rather use a guy like Santino, or even Kozlov as well, as a tough guy, to their full potential in the singles?
I think Kozlov, I wouldn't be sad if he leaves, but Santino, use him to his full potential now.
Okay, the next guy on our list, which we believe could be released, is Yoshitatsu. Again, a representation of the very few representatives of Asia.
With him, he's a backstage. He's not a wrestler. I think he's just backstage having his little funny moments, and that's it, done for the night. So
saying that.
Yeah, pretty much released.
I think that he could be released as well, even though they could use him. But if they're not going to, what's the point? If they're going to make him win another dark match battle royal, then they might as well just get rid of him in the meantime.
That's it. No need.
Another person, well, we're now going to there's 3 divas who we think could be released. One of them is Rosa Mendez. I think this is a definite. I don't really see why she's even in there anymore, to be honest.
She's good looking, but not as good looking as other divas are, and she's not really got the in-ring chemistry with other people.
Yeah, that
ability.
I mean, Caitlyn is another one that's on the list. I mean, Caitlyn is a really pretty woman. I mean, but again, since she's won NXT season 3. They've done nothing with her.
They had chance to when she was with Vicky, but with that didn't even go anywhere. So why Caitlyn?
I know, and if they're not going to use her, I don't know whether she's just still green or they're still developing her character. But if they're not going to use her, they might as well just get rid of her now. The next diva, which it pains me to say is on this list, is Gail Kim, because I believe Gail Kim has an unbelievable amount of ability in the ring and could be used so much better than she is now.
Yeah, I think she's good in the ring, but at the same time, the WWE put her in such a bad story. Yeah. I think Daniel Bryan's girlfriend, I'm just saying now, you got to try and pull her out of that back into a wrestler. I just don't.
And at the moment, with the divas in there, like fucking Eve, Torres, and Bellas, it doesn't look like she's even going to get a shot at the divas division anymore.
No.
If that's the way WWE are going to go with it.
True, I think she's one to stay.
I would like to see her stay, but I can see them releasing her.
That's true. Yeah, just Spike Gail. I'm really going to stick with Gail.
So, I mean, out of this list of 30, they're going to release about 15. They need to keep some jobbers. They need to release people they're not using to save money, and that's pretty much what they're going to probably do. They need to aid this developmental push they're doing at the moment.
That's true. There's probably more that we haven't listed in the list that will surprisingly get released, but we've said the ones we feel are for definite.
And explained why.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that's our views on the releasings and what superstars we think will be released. So that's pretty much it from us. That's all we have to say. Make sure you get your questions in for the Q&A section, for the Q&A next week, this week even. So we're going to just leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.